Hello and welcome to the News Radar. The humanitarian crisis in Gaza continues to worsen as violence escalates. The United Nations Children's Agency, UNICEF, has reported that at least 322 children have lost their lives in the past 2 weeks since Israel resumed its bombardment. Additionally, more than 600 children have been injured, adding to the growing toll of civilian casualties in the conflict. Meanwhile, the UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs has stated that Israel has not responded to requests for information regarding the attack that killed 15 aid workers in Gaza. The victims included 8 Palestinian Red Crescent, medical personnel, 1 UN staff member, and 6 civil defense workers. Their vehicles, 5 ambulances, a fire truck, and a UN vehicle, were reportedly struck one by one in the Al-Hashashin area on March 23rd. The Israeli military has defended its actions, stating that it was targeting a Hamas fighter allegedly involved in the October 7th attacks. However, no evidence has been presented to confirm this claim, and the body of the supposed militant has not been found among the victims recovered by humanitarian organizations. The UN, the Red Crescent, and other international groups insist that those killed were humanitarian responders attending to reports of casualties in the area. The Israeli Defense Forces, IDF, further claim that the vehicles were behaving suspiciously, traveling without headlights or emergency lights. According to the IDF, this may have led soldiers to misidentify them as a potential threat. However, humanitarian organizations argue that the vehicles were clearly marked and should have been recognized as non-combatant assets under the protection of international law and the Geneva Conventions. Calls for an independent investigation into the attack have been growing, but Israeli authorities have yet to confirm whether such an inquiry will be conducted. Meanwhile, allegations have emerged that Israel attempted to conceal the incident, as the victims' bodies and vehicles were discovered buried in the sand more than a week after the attack. Aid organizations have strongly condemned the attack, emphasizing that humanitarian workers must be protected in conflict zones. As the violence persists, the humanitarian situation in Gaza continues to deteriorate. The relentless bombardment has left medical teams struggling to provide aid, and food, water, and medical supplies remain in short supply. The destruction of critical infrastructure has made it even more difficult for humanitarian organizations to reach those in need. The international community has expressed growing concern over the rising civilian death toll and the targeting of aid workers. Calls for an immediate ceasefire and greater protection for humanitarian personnel have intensified. However, with no resolution in sight, the people of Gaza remain caught in the middle of a devastating conflict. We will continue to bring you new updates as more information becomes available. Stay with us for the latest updates.